So good morning and welcome to Weekend Chat with Weekend Investors. Today we have Mr. Nitin Bhargav with us. He has been with Weekend Investing for some time, and let's ask him about his journey uh, so far. Uh, Before Weekend Investing, to give a idea about how he was investing and how long he has been investing, and then maybe take us through a journey of why he were looking for something to change his investing style, and then what were the results, and so on. We'll take that forward. So welcome, Nitin, and please share your experience with us.
Yeah, so thank you, Alok sir, first of all, for inviting me, and it's an honor to to have a morning chat with you. And I would also, first of all, congratulate Beacon Investing and obviously the news that come in with small case, the investment that they are getting into. So that is one thing, and I would also like to congratulate other weekend investors who are part of this community. So as
Absolutely.
far as
Thank you.
I'm concerned, sir, I started my job at like a very early stage at 21, in fact.
Wow.
But my initial years were, like the euphoria that we have, as a new when we get into a new job, we want to spend and
You
we want to
still look
travel
you
along.
still look like 21, 22.
So thank you. So no, but I am currently 32, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. So we,
Okay.
we have that initial euphoria of spending money, and I love traveling.
Okay.
So for 5 7 years, I really did not, save anything, or I didn't have any investment avenues.
Okay.
But one thing which I came to know from one of your daily bites, that it's money is not about everything. You want to spend, you want to do
Yes.
something with that. If you keep
Yes.
investing and live a frugal life, that does not make any difference.
Correct. Correct.
So
Time
that
is
was
not
one
coming
thing.
back.
Right, right. So I was actually very happy to hear that, I, even though I did not invest or save much of that, but I was at least able to enjoy my life.
Yes.
So as far as investment is concerned, sir, I started my investment journey in 2017, in January
Okay.
2017. That was straight after, demonetization, which happened in November
Yes.
2016.
Yes.
So
Yes.
at that time, the mutual fund euphoria, the hype around that was very much.
Okay.
Mutual fund sahi hai, sip karo, and
Uh,
all that thing. So
right.
that was, that gave me a platform to to start my investing journey.
Okay.
And then I invested in a lot of mutual funds. I mean, at one point of time, I had around 9 funds.
Okay.
I was, very energetic. I want to invest. I want to invest. I have, not saved so much for some time.
Right.
So I invested in a lot of small caps, large and mid caps. And when that peak came in
Hmm.
2018, and
Hmm.
then suddenly, something happened to small caps, and that drawdown
Yeah,
started.
yeah. 2018 was quite bad for small caps and
Right.
for some other mid caps, etc. Also. So that was a
Yes, yes.
tough
So,
year, but it's a very good learning year.
right. Yes. And in fact, I did not stop my SIPs. That
Very good.
continued. That continued through COVID period also. And when the COVID
Right.
crash happened, that was actually a lesson that, every investor should face that lesson sometime. I mean,
Yes.
I faced it very early. Some may, experience it after 10 years, 20 years,
So
but
you
that is
faced
one
it
thing.
twice actually.
Twice actually, yes.
2018 and
Right,
then again
right,
2020. But
right.
you continue
I continued to,
to sip
doing
into
that
it.
shift. Yeah.
Right.
And the last 1.5 years, that the amount of returns that have been generated
Hmm.
simply from mutual funds also, if I consider, that
Yes.
has been
Yes.
tremendous.
Correct.
And
Correct.
that have surpassed my all my expectations. I mean, for an investor, small investor or a medium investor, those expectations are very high.
Right.
I grounded myself that, seeing that 45 50% returns, I said no. Even over a long period, I want my expectations to be very modest. Let's
Yes.
say 12
Yes.
15% CAGR. If I
Correct.
have that
Correct.
expectation, I would not, if for 40 50% comes, that is okay, good. But
Hmm.
at least my expectations are modest. Now, where I met
Right.
weekend investing was by luck, pure luck. So around
Okay.
February 21, because I got that confidence that
Okay.
if I be in the market,
Hmm.
if I
Hmm.
stay in the market, I will
Hmm.
generate some, I will
Hmm.
create wealth.
Hmm.
If I try to time the market, that will not help me at all.
Correct.
And
Correct.
that is something which I
Correct.
have learned from your daily bites and obviously going through your tweets and everything. So around February 21, I came across, I was just looking for some investing articles and something like that.
Okay.
And it was through small case that I came to know you. So at
Okay.
that
So
time, I
you
thought,
went to small case platform and there you
yes,
were able to
there
come
I saw
across.
weekend investing, there are a lot of
Okay.
small cases and the
Okay.
kind of returns that have been generated. So that ways I got to know. And at that time, I thought weekend investing is synonymous with small case. So, so I was actually having that fact. So
Okay.
that was something attracted me. And the
Mm.
best part about weekend investing is the type of engagement that you have with your investors and your, I would say, customers. That is something out of this world, and that is what attracted me. When we buy a car, we always look after, yeah, what are the after sales, what will be the support.
Mm.
So that kind of
Mm.
engagement that you have, I've never seen. I've never come across in my life. So
That's
that is
very nice
something
to
which
hear.
attracted me and prompted me to
Mm. Mm.
buy your product. So presently, I'm invested in two products. One is ATH.
Mm.
ATH I subscribed when it was just about to close in somewhere around April first week when
Okay.
you extended, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first product, and subsequently after getting some confidence, I invested into all cap also.
Okay. So
Yeah,
since your entry in February, March, there may have been some modest gains, but not much
right.
this year, right?
Not much, but
Yeah.
what I have seen is the lessons that I've learned over last
Mm.
4 years. I
Mm.
want to stay in the market. Now the best part is
Yes.
that you also say that come gradually. Don't put
Yes.
yourself lump sum
Correct.
money. I and being a a salaried employee, I mean a salaried person, I don't even have that lump sum. So the best part is the only tool is I have is a SIP. So I've
Right.
invested certain minimum amount, and then I'm gradually, monthly SIP I'm doing. So I don't need to worry whether the markets are going down, markets are going up. They will eventually, average. The cost will automatically average. So I don't have to, worry about that.
Correct.
And I
Correct.
would take
Correct.
a prime example of yesterday, whatever happened. I mean, small caps and mid caps are, rocking up and
Yeah.
down for last few weeks. But that
Correct.
doesn't deter me. I mean, my SIP is a monthly SIP. It has to go someday. It will go automatically. So I just
Right.
look at once,
So you've mastered the process, and then the process is basically
right.
what needs the approval of the master. That
Exactly.
as long as you are processing it right and you are putting it in a rule-based fashion, and
Right.
then you have so many other things at your office to worry about, right? I mean,
Right.
why
Right.
worry about this all the
Yeah.
time?
And one more thing, for any new investor who's coming in, I mean, I saw one of the, weekend investing question, like
Hmm.
what age group people have, are
Hmm. Hmm.
associated with
Hmm.
you. I
Hmm.
saw one
Hmm.
of that question. I believe that, some people like me and, some new age investors, the generation next investors are, associated. And I want to pass them a message that, be in the process, be in the market.
Yes. Yes.
If,
Being in the
if you
market
have a
is
long,
most important.
most important, and the second most important part is diversification. You should have some gold allocation, which you have already
Yes.
discussed through daily bites. What I do
Yes.
is I generally, my wife, she has a habit of putting in SIPs in gold, so I let her continue that.
Fantastic.
So
Fantastic.
that we I invest in equity, she is investing in gold, so that
Gold. It's a
balances out.
very good balancing hedge actually.
Right. And secondly, my office, because I work in a PSU, so we also have an NPS account by default. So
Okay.
that some portion like SIP is also going into NPS. So that acts as a tax saving tool. So
Correct.
that retirement kitty is also automatically building up. So diversification, I believe, is very important.
So
You
if
need
you would
something
have
to hedge.
noticed in
Hmm.
2018 fall and as well as 2020 fall, your
Right.
wife did very well
Exactly.
compared to you,
Right.
and both of you together had a very balanced approach.
Right. And one more thing, sir, which I would like to very much what point attracted me really was to shift from mutual funds to weekend investing, small
Oh,
cases.
you have shifted
What?
money also.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So as
Okay.
of now, like I told you before in the beginning, that I had at 1.9 mutual funds.
Right.
Presently, I only have one. So that
Okay.
SIP I'm continuing into because I want something
Okay.
to be diversified.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But the
Yes.
main points that you told, that like you'll have to look at the expense ratio, what mutual
Right.
funds are charging, their
Right.
ability, their inability to go to cash at the time of
Yes.
some crash. So
Correct.
these are 2 3 points that
Two,
really
3 points.
attracted me
Yes.
and wanted me to shift into small cases. So I'm
Right.
gradually pulling out money from mutual funds and putting into gradually again into
Right.
small
Right.
cases.
So, what
So
has been your sort of biggest, I would say, feedback in terms of, the pain point that you may have witnessed in small case platform investing,
hmm,
or maybe weekend investing, somewhere where you can give some feedback where we can try to improve this.
so the only pain point that comes along is many when weekend investors have already told us the slippages, because when we are
Yes.
rebalancing on Monday, and I know there is no choice. I mean the platform is built like that. So that I don't know whether something can be done about it or not. But
So I'll tell you what we are
hmm,
looking at that, and what we are doing is that first of all we have closed most of our popular strategies,
right,
because that is the first method to basically block more liquidity coming in.
Right.
Second is, of course, we are actively blocking accounts where we find that they have been distributing the portfolio configuration by reselling or whatever. There have been few, but we have been actively blocking them out. Third is that we are building a tool with small case where I think this will be available by next month, where we will be able to comprehensively retest that if we were doing this rebalance at 10 o'clock, at 12 o'clock, at close of Monday, at close of Tuesday, at close of Friday next 5 days later, what would have been the difference in the results. So if we will be able to backtest this since our strategies are running, and that will give us a very good feel of, we all need not try to execute on Monday morning itself. If that can be spread out over hours and few days, it will help everybody actually. Also, the other thing is that we are basically trying that all the other newer strategies that we are coming up with, they are with more stringent liquidity criteria than earlier ones, and so that but again the same thing happens that as a lot of actually expectation is to have 20, 30, 40% type of returns. Right. That is the problem actually. As long as the expectation is rational, 15% if you are able to get, suppose, I think that's a fantastic CAGR if you are able to get over a longer term. So, but people have been spoiled by the past few years, and 15% our LTCNX 200, which is a fantastic strategy on large caps, nobody wants to buy that. Or NNF 10, very few people go towards that, but these are very good strategies. So anyhow, so I think it is like a self-adjusting mechanism. Once people will find that stable returns are possible elsewhere, and there's no question of slippages there, they will also start to move. And we are also nudging people who have come in with huge AUM above the recommended price. We are currently nudging them, but if they don't budge, then we will stop their basically the resubscription, because we don't want is a product which is meant for a 15 lakh or 5 lakh 10 lakh portfolio, that at 50 or a 5 crore person to come in and just blast that portfolio by slippages. So we are curbing that. So that is something that I had to say on slippages. But other than that, what other platform related or support related issues or knowledge related issues that may be there?
So I think knowledge related, sir, it is absolutely the repository that you're building with all the daily bites. I mean, it is very addictive, to be very honest. Sometimes I am able to watch the premiere right at 6:02. But sometimes when I see, after 6:30, those are really addictive. So I've been watching every daily bite that you started, and all your reports, like the good, bad, ugly report. It is something we read for every Friday.
Right.
We read through it, and
so I must thank my team for this, because a lot of this effort is by my team, and I don't have much to do there. But definitely, I mean, our focus is that we should try to not only educate on the market basics, but also on the small processes of small case or things of that nature, so that nobody has any ambiguity about what they're doing.
Correct. So in fact, I would also take this opportunity to thank, because the amount of work that you're putting in for just not sharing the knowledge and getting the educating the investors like us, which are small time investors who have a long term to go. So for them, all these daily bites and the question and answer sessions, like the weekend investors, weekend chats, these are all very important, and I think people will start coming in gradually also, and people will learn. I'm sure about that. If I can learn, many people others can learn. And
so definitely. So I think you've given very good lessons today to budding new investors and young investors, that we should stay in the market regardless of markets ups and downs, and we should have a long-term runway. And as long as the strategy is performing, there's nothing really to worry about, and continue your SIPs in the worst of situations.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, Nitin, for coming online this morning and sharing your experience. And it was a pleasure to meet you, and let's hope to meet again sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nitin. Okay, bye.